For my next wildlife adventure, I'm going underneath the waves of the Indo-Pacific to get up close and personal with the Blacktip Reef Shark and learn more about these beautiful creatures. The Blacktip Reef Shark is easily identified by the prominent black tips on its fins. Its scientific name is Carcharinus melanopterus, which is derived from the Greek word melas, meaning black, and pteron, which means wing or fin, literally translating to black wing or black fin. It inhabits the shallow coastal waters of the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Their shallow habitat choice makes them less vulnerable to predation by other shark species. Blacktip reef sharks can grow up to 6 feet in length and travel on their own or in a shiver of other blacktips, which is the collective name for a group of sharks. They are high metabolic sharks, which means they need water constantly flowing over their large gill slits to breathe. This shark should not be confused with the oceanic blacktip shark, which grows larger than its reef cousin and has a more stout, robust body, as you can see here. Their skeleton is made up of cartilage, the same strong connective tissue found in the human body. Cartilage is less dense than bone and enables the shark to move quickly through the water using less energy. Their teeth are triangular in shape with serrated edges. They feed primarily on small fish, but also eat crustaceans and mollusks. They typically feed by rushing at fish. This shark's pale-coloured underbelly and darker topside is a type of camouflage known as countershading, which makes them harder to see by predators from above and below. Reproduction of these sharks occurs by internal fertilization. The male shark uses his claspers, which are extensions of his pelvic fins, to transfer sperm into the female's cloaca. The sperm then fertilizes the eggs inside the female's body. Blacktip reef sharks are viviparous, which means that the embryo develops inside the body of the mother until she gives birth to 2 to 4 fully developed pups after a 7 to 16 month gestation period depending on geographic location. Female blacktip reef sharks tend to give birth on their home coral reef, but some female individuals travel vast distances, over 50 kilometers, to specific nursery areas to give birth. There is also evidence to suggest that where female blacktip sharks give birth, they will return to those nursery areas year after year. In recent years, there have been photo ID studies to identify individual sharks by their black tips, as it appears they do have very slight variations on their dorsal and caudal fins, which could help with non-invasive tracking research. Blacktip reef sharks tend to stay in a specific area with a very small home range, likely tied to their dependence on coral reefs. Population numbers have declined by 30 to 50% globally, primarily due to a loss in habitat quality. As they are so dependent on healthy reefs and coral quality, factors such as tourism and coastal development have had a considerable negative impact on the species. Also, coral bleaching due to climate change and warming oceans have sadly placed them in the vulnerable category on the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species. This shark is also caught and used for its meat and liver oil, and overfishing of this slow reproducing shark has led to a significant population decline. Despite their vulnerable status, there are currently no species-specific conservation measures to protect these blacktips. However, they do benefit from protected marine areas and shark sanctuaries. Swimming alongside these sharks never gets old, and I have to say they are one of my favourite shark species.